Live from Mount Clemens, Local 4 News starts right now.
Well, spring sure is in the air, so why not get out of the studio? Welcome to Mount Clemens. Local 4 News at 5:30 is live in your neighborhood tonight.
Good evening, everybody. Here is where we are, about 26 miles north of Detroit in eastern Macomb County. We are right near Lake St. Clair and Selfridge Air National Guard Base. Thanks so much for joining us for In Your Neighborhood. I'm Karen Drew.
And I'm Damon Fernandez. You know, we are live right now at Bath City Bistro in Macomb Place, right in the heart of downtown Mount Clemens.
It is a gorgeous afternoon here, and we want to say thanks to them for letting us make that last-minute move. We were looking at the forecast. The rain was in the way, and, you know, if we set up all these lights and cameras, they get blown away.
Anything is possible.
And we have a bad hair day. I mean, we can't do that.
We can't do that.
We cannot do that.
You can't do it. I always keep it fresh.
You are always looking fresh. And we are going to have such a great half hour because we've got so much to cover. We're going to cover things that we can celebrate about, and we also can dive deep into some of the issues that are really on the top of minds of folks that live here in Mount Clemens. It is a beautiful city. It's a population of about 16,000 folks, and there are so many stories and issues that folks really want us to cover. So that is why we are here this afternoon. One of them is really focusing around the schools and the school district and also the funding, because we have been covering that for the past couple of weeks and months on what really a drama it was. Yeah,
you know, Mount Clemens High School is in desperate need of repairs, but voters turned down a bond proposal that would have done just that and make some improvements. So let's get out to our Lauren Kostick live on this story tonight at Mount Clemens High School. So, Lauren, voters said no, so what comes next?
Yeah, Karen and Damon, this vote was huge. 67% voting against it. And in fact, we were actually right here in this high school last week with the superintendent getting a tour of the old building. And a lot of those classrooms you're looking at right here are just unusable. You know, we have water damaged ceilings, part of it falling apart, just outdated. Of course, this part not being used. But we wanted to go out into the community today and see just why this bond proposal was so controversial. What was it like going to school in here?
It was very supporting.
Dante Walker is a proud graduate of Mount Clemens. So proud, he joined the school board 2 years ago.
It's really a family district. We're all close-knit.
Is there a lot of pride here?
Yes, a lot.
It's why he was surprised when the district bond proposal failed last Tuesday.
Whether it's at the board table or in the community, we have to continue that effort to support students that we serve.
The district was asking for nearly $92 million over 20 years to preserve the old high school, improve athletic facilities, and create separate entrances for the middle and high school. The goal, to support current students, but also attract new ones.
You'll see the rain damage. It's cleaned up now.
Just last week, the superintendent even giving us a personal tour of the old building. Missing ceiling tiles, water damage, and a crumbling auditorium. Space that's not being used, but still costing the district.
We want our kids back. The kids that are left, the families that didn't choose us for whatever reason, we want them back. And that starts with, again, you know, what you see when you pull up.
But voters weren't convinced. 33% voting in favor of the bond, but a whopping 67% against it. Laura Fournet was one of the no's.
I don't think that updating the building with $92 million is going to necessarily attract the kids to go there.
Currently, the district sits at 823 students, up compared to 2022. But Laura says voters still need more convincing before opening their wallets.
Bring that enrollment up, and then let's talk. But right now, to spend $92 million on top of the over $20 million that's already outstanding, it's a lot for this area.
As for what's next,
there has been no talks of consolidating at all.
Not going to do it.
No.
And in a long statement, the superintendent told us he doesn't see the vote as a failure, but rather an opportunity for more conversation. And that conversation will be continuing tonight right here at the high school. That is when the school board is scheduled to meet in an hour from now. And the bond decision is on tonight's agenda. Reporting live in Mount Clemens, Lauren Kostick, Local 4.
All right, thanks, Lauren. Now, when you come to Mount Clemens, there's one thing you are definitely going to notice right away. You might see it behind us outside the windows back here.
It is the construction. There is a big project ahead, multi-million dollars. Pam Osborne joins us live along the area where they're working. What is the latest in terms of development and the plan?
Well, I mean, as you said, and as you can see for yourself, things are under construction here in downtown Mount Clemens. This is Macomb Place, where there are lots of mom and pop shops lined up here. So, of course, all of this is having an impact, but there is a QR code that can help you navigate and see what's to come.
Well, we're a nostalgic little place that has a little bit of everything.
Angel Beckett's Craven Raven opened its doors at the height of Mount Clemens' multi-million-dollar revamp.
I thought this would stop him. No, we've had more business, I think, because of the construction.
Next door at Lil Daddy's Cheesecakes,
I think a lot of people don't know that it is thriving down here.
Thank you.
Mayor Laura Kropp describes her city as having a vintage vibe with a vibrant vision.
It's a work in progress, is what I like to say.
It's come a long way since she took the helm in 2019.
When I first became mayor, downtown was pretty empty. I would not say it was vibrant. It was 70% vacant.
That's no longer the case. Today, more than 70% of storefronts are occupied. For Mount Clemens, the pandemic served as somewhat of a launching pad.
I think actually COVID helped us in some of that sense because people started wanting to follow their dreams and follow their passions and really wanted to start small businesses. And we have affordable rental space.
Melissa Lavender, owner of Clementine's Pastries, was one of those dreamers, putting her grandmother's legacy of baked goods into the hands of new generations.
I knew that I loved pastries and I wanted to bake, but I didn't necessarily know all the goings on of owning a business and all that goes with it.
She had help along the way through the city's Downtown Development Authority, which connects business owners for free to experts who can help scale and brand each individual store.
They've really helped hone in on my business skills rather than just my pastry skills so that I can level up in that area as well.
It isn't all sweet. The construction has made navigating downtown a bit more challenging. On the bright side, the city secured millions in funding, not just to beautify things, but to do much needed infrastructural repairs that hit businesses every time there was a heavy rain.
The first floors would just have water within them. And of course, you know, it was devastating to if they lost product. And I mean, these are small businesses. And so any kind of impact negatively is really significant.
These are just some of the renderings of what's to come. It's exciting for Jessica Corey of Champagne Chocolates, who says they're already positioned to be at the center of it.
Prior to this construction project, we were kind of hidden, tucked away back here, but now with the construction and what's to come, we're going to be the entrance and the gateway downtown, so we're very excited.
Okay, so you're going to have to wait until November 1st before things are a little bit more walkable down here. That's when all of the hard tops are going to be complete. Then come spring of 2026, that's when they're going to put in trees, add some greenery, make things even more beautiful. And after that, they've set their sights on another project, a big project, and that is relocating City Hall. Reporting live in Mount Clemens tonight, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
A little inconvenience for the long-term goal, and if you can see behind us, there's construction going on right now as we speak. So thanks so much, Pamela.
I like that champagne chocolates. That caught my attention in that development story. I was like, I need to go support that local business.
Look to your left, it's right over there.
I know, I saw it over there when we were walking in. All right, we're going to shift gears a little bit. We were talking about the development. We also want to talk about some of the gems that are here in this community, and one of them, obviously, is the outdoors, the river, and that's where we bring in Carl Hay. He is the recreation director here for Mount Clemens, and there's a lot to do for folks. You know, we talk the business side, but let's talk a little bit about the fun.
Yeah, so we do have kayak rentals that are on the river. We've got 2 locations, MacArthur Park and Shadyside Park, where you can download the Rent Fund app, create an account, and each locker has a QR code that you can scan. It's $25 per 2 hours.
And looking at this video here, where do you actually go in on the river there? Where's your entryway? Can you do
so if you see that building past the bridge, that's the YMCA, so it's just a little bit past that.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
we're looking at MacArthur Park.
How much of a destination place is the Clinton River and the kayaking?
It's a pretty hot destination. We get quite a few boaters that stop in, especially when we've got fireworks or different things going on. People that stop in and visit downtown when there's not so much construction.
Yeah.
And even so, when there is construction, they leave their boats and come enjoy a nice meal.
What about wildlife and all the fun stuff you see in kayaking? I love to do that with my girls because they're always like, what's that?
Oh, yeah. It is definitely a way to reconnect with nature.
Yeah.
Like a nice little stroll, per se, through the Clinton River and see what's going on.
Carl, as the recreation director, I can only imagine that you guys are trying to make it sure that and make possible that programming for all age groups and all abilities is available. Talk to us about some of the programs you have coming up.
Oh, definitely. So one of the things we had it today actually, is Open Books to Open Gym, where kids come in and they read for the opportunity to earn some gym time. Doesn't cost anything except for reading some books. And then we've got senior programs like chair yoga or kin stretch, which is kinetic stretching for your joints, to strengthen your joints. That's for our seniors, to kind of help them as they age, have the opportunity to get around a little bit easier, feel good about their bodies and about themselves.
Is there a what's next in terms of what you want to see next recreationally for this city and for the community?
Yes, we would definitely. One of my goals is to create more family-orientated recreation. A lot of times with sports programs and whatnot, you'll see parents bring their kids and then they sit and watch. How about we get some recreational things going on where parents are joining the game?
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, and as you're working on that, I know that many of these programs that you offer here in Mount Clemens, they're free to residents and low cost for outsiders?
Yeah. Like the kinetic stretching is free for all seniors from Mount Clemens, and we only charge $10 for non-residents.
All right, good deal.
What's your
Carl?
favorite thing to do here, Carl?
Spend time with my family. I actually walked up here from my house, so I like walking around Mount Clemens. It's a nice little quaint area, great people that you run into.
And how do folks find out more about the program you guys are offering citywide?
MountClemensRecreation.org.
Sounds good. Thank you, Carl. We appreciate it for your
Thank
time.
you.
Go enjoy the rest of your evening. It's gorgeous out there.
Thank you very much.
It is. Speaking of being gorgeous out there, we're going to talk about the weather and the forecast, and we're going to bring in a very famous face. Oh, I guess we're not. Well, anyway, we're going to bring in a famous face from Mount Clemens, and we're going to bring in Kim Adams. Kim, this is your hometown.
Yes.
It's got to feel kind of cool, like they were highlighting something so special here for you.
Yeah, I was really excited because, Mount Clemens kind of needs a break right now, and people need to see that there's a lot there, and there's a lot to be developed, and they're making a comeback, and it's going to be huge.
Yeah. What do you love most about this community?
The people. I mean, I think any community, that's what makes up a community, are the people. I'm still friends with so many people that I went to high school with, friends of mine that still to this day, on Friday nights, they go to the Rec Bowl, and they've stayed a community together, and that's what makes it so special. Growing up, we were all part of working class families. We knew that having a college education was going to be a stretch for our parents, so we were hard workers. We all had, part-time jobs after school. Having a car was unbelievable. I was fortunate that I was one of the ones that got a car, and so, I'd cart everybody around, and, that's what made it so special.
What was your part-time job? I always love to hear these stories. What'd you do?
Well, I worked at the school store for a long time, but I worked at a video store, Video Showcase. And Blockbuster was our big competition. But yeah, I worked in a video store, yeah. But we all did everything we could. Cut grass, worked. Yeah. There was a country club called Hillcrest, and we certainly weren't members there, but we did bust the tables, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I did many times busting tables.
Yeah.
Hey, Kim, I hear you have a little surprise. We don't know anything about it. Tell us what it is.
Well, it's not my surprise. If it were up to me, this picture would never be shown. So that's my friend Cheryl. I'm the one with the obnoxious coat and the, I think, bigger hair. Wow. And what's funny about it, so this was homecoming, and that's my friend Cheryl. Her name was Cheryl Fox back then. It's now Cheryl Redinger. And again, it's the people. I still keep in touch with her. She came out when I did a commercial shoot down at the gazebo, and there we are today. We both use a lot less hairspray. We're kinder on the, to the environment, that's for sure. But we're still great friends, and I have so many friends and so many wonderful memories. But no, I thought I lost, all the pictures in Hurricane Katrina, and my yearbooks and everything. But Cheryl came through with a picture of the both of us. So what's funny is our hair didn't look like that every day. Our hair did not look like that every day. It was usually straight. We got it done twice a year. Prom and homecoming. The rest of the time it was straight.
Did you? I was going to say, did you use the aqua net and like use the hair dryer, shoot it up like that, and then spray?
We used whatever was cheapest and somebody had the most of in the can is what we would use, and we would tease it. And you know, I have very fine straight hair, so to get it like that, it took a village. It took a whole community. But I do want to say really quickly, you know, Mount Clemens High School, you know, they showed the parts of it that are falling apart. When I went to school there, this is such a beautiful high school. We had a planetarium. Mr. Pike was our teacher. Imagine a planetarium. We had 2 swimming pools. It was a vibrant, beautiful school. The woodworking, I mean, it was just gorgeous. And to see it come back would it'd just be amazing.
Well, I sure hope that things are going to change and turn around
so.
for that school. And
I
Kim,
hope so.
we appreciate the perspective, and please tell Cheryl thank you so much for that photo. We love it.
I'm sure we're going to have a whole lot more questions
Yeah,
when we
if
see you
anyone
back
else
in the
has
studio.
ones, right?
Thanks a lot, Kim.
You're welcome, guys.